Third day. Third day night live stream. Oh, that's what happens when you're scrambling and putting something together. I will fix that. We are live. And welcome to Third Day Night Lit Stream. I am Crook Chocolate, and I am here with the show, bro. Sharpie Charlie, how's it going?
It's going great, man. I'm excited for Thursday night. You know, I love a little Thursday night lit stream. Nothing like it.
Absolutely nothing like it. Oh man, amazing show for you tonight, you amazing people viewing. uh yeah, Charlie driving in the corner during the countdown. Of it was a vibe. It was a vibe. It was a vibe. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it a lot. What's up, Amy? Amazing show for you all tonight. We got Deepti joining us mad late slash early in England. You know, shout out to different time zones. And then we have our blues for today. Also, shout out Angel City. We got the homie Beck coming through and joining us.
Billy Beck.
And then last but not least, we have Eugene Rupinski gonna talk naturally some Liga MXC Femenil. He's our great guest. Oh man, I completely forgot to grab beers before we went live. Look at that. I'm just gonna have to scramble eventually. So got to keep that cup filleth. Um, Happy Thursday, everybody. Sharpie, how are you feeling? You've almost made through the week. I'm sure it's been a difficult week after Thanksgiving break.
Yeah, man. If I cut out, sorry, there's like a little desk right over here. But
Nice.
we had a big incident at work. I had to take off today. I was told to take off to get a little mental health day. So I'm refreshed, recharged. Got to watch my kids play basketball. Boys and girls got wins tonight. So it's a great end to the week, even though the middle was a little rocky.
It bees like that sometime. Speaking of Rocky, Manchester United. these midweek games, just in general, seem to have been difficult for people. Like, as a City fan, you know I can't laugh too much. We let Fulham score 4 on us. Everybody's making the joke. Fulham has scored 5 on us because one was an own goal. How dare you take away Doku's goal? Like, that was a Doku goal. I feel bad for him. There we go. But shout out to Sunderland, who drew with Liverpool, almost beat them in the last moments. It took Chiesa. Yeah, they really should have won. That was unfortunate. And then Leeds handling Chelsea 3-1. That's wicked.
They found something against us. Like, they saw what they could do, and they were like, "Hey, let's just keep doing this against a team that's not as good as City." And look what happens.
Like Calvert-Lewin scoring again. Like, I know he's been out for a while, but maybe he's back. Is he back? Who knows?
If they stay up, that's all that matters. They just want to stay up. Like, we might get 2 promoted sides staying up if Leeds and Sunderland obviously keeping up with what they've started. Like, that could be the first time in years that's happened.
Yeah, and Leeds are currently just 2 points outside of the relegation zone because West Ham and Wolves are just absolutely terrible. Just horrendous, embarrassing. Like, shout out to the homie Phil. I'm sorry you're a West Ham fan, and I've wanted Wolves to get relegated for a very long time. So no regrets. Don't feel bad for them at all.
They gave us Mateus Nunes. I'm happy for them. Thank you for all right back. Appreciate
you. That's fair. Want to give a quick shout out to Jack Gaughan. I had an amazing conversation with him. Had some real conversations, some real tough conversations, some we started off by talking about, is the team's confidence a problem? Then naturally had to talk about Savio, like what's going on with him. I talked about Oscar Bob, why Kuzunov, Marmouche, and I Nori can get some playing time. Pep's contract, like what's going on with that. And lastly, Nico G, which kind of transformed into like a conversation about Rodri as well. Like the kind of the like hot tops for everybody on Patreon. We have a wonderful episode for you. Like truly is going to some fun conversation. I knew you, Amy. Crooked heart, just like a crooked smile. Ready for Wolves to go. They have been mined up. Yes. Like, please get them out of here. But it's time to bring our first guest on. Vroom, vroom. I'd much rather focus on the F1 part as opposed to the club that she supports, the Gunners. Unfortunately, most of our shows, we have one Arsenal fan on. Thankfully, she's one of our favorites. Shady Gang. Give it up for Deepti. Hello, hello, hello.
How are you, Deepti? Is she there? Frozen Deepti.
I know, frozen Deepti. Giving face though, so that's nice.
Yeah, certainly.
Oh, so that means we can.
While she's frozen, I'm gonna say this joke. Somehow the Guardian said that Chloe Kelly's a better footballer than Yui and Bunny, and I thought that was the funniest thing I saw all day. Yeah, that was great. It was great. They said Chloe Kelly's actually the 11th best women's footballer in the world. Just for the record.
Oh no, she's telling me that she was having technical difficulties. I don't know what's going on. Do they not have Riverside in England? What's going on? Speaking of, that's too true. That whole article, I didn't even share it on Blue Sky because of the fact that it angered me so much. Like I didn't even want to like aggregate it because all it would do is piss me off. Who was it? Was it Lucy Bronze? Yeah, Lucy Bronze. She had a quote about Chloe Kelly the other day drop, and I'm trying to find. Yes, she basically was like, every team needs a player like Chloe Kelly, because basically her supreme confidence and aura inspires her teammates. She didn't talk about her ability or her quality. She just said that the way that she is so incredibly confident about herself, that in itself brings confidence to her teammates, which true, fair, but also she gets way more credit just for smashing a couple of penalties and coming on as a 70-minute goal, no matter what team she's, or 70-minute sub, no matter what team she's on, and doing some great things.
Yeah, I think Chloe Kelly is one of the best players, clearly, like in the world, just not better than Yui and Bunny. Like that's the problem. And the fact that like Yui was like 28th, like and Chloe Kelly was 11th. Like, come on now. Like, what are we doing here? Your whole job is supposed to be WOSO, theoretically, right? But hey, we know who we are, and we know what City women are doing right now in the league, and that is being top of the league. And as long as that continues, that ranking can, go do one.
Oh, shout out to the Mank insult.
Yeah,
I love that.
I had to spice it up a little bit.
I love that.
Should we just bring on Billy, or we want to do a double up? A little panel situation.
I think we're gonna do that. We're gonna have Billy join us while she figures they say his name and he appears. I believe in Billy Beck. How's it going?
What's going on? I was not expecting the Joe Hendry reference off the bat.
I love it.
That caught me off guard. I was not ready for that either.
Hit me like a shot.
Whoa, look at that shirt. Look at that ACFC shirt. Oh my gosh.
Gorgeous.
She's a beauty.
Gorgeous. Gorgeous.
Look at that. Last time I was on, I wore my Union shit because I wanted to talk Union. And you put on the sheet NWSL future, and I said, bet. I've got some thoughts on the future of NWSL. So I'm wearing my Angel City shirt.
I have on my Everybody Watches Women's Sports hoodie, so we're locked in, Billy.
Oh, nice.
Hell yeah.
Let's go.
Sorry.
So I mean that's a great place to start because the future of the NWSL is quite. I mean, in the end, it'll be fine, but with the announcement that the league shut down Trinity Rodman's contract extension with Washington Spirit, saying that it went against the spirit of the league, which all that means is we don't want to pay our players because if we pay one player, then other clubs are going to be expected to pay their other players. And how does that help us make money on top of money on top of money?
It's such like an American sports thing to the idea of parity and closed leagues and salary caps and all that. Meanwhile, in the same country, the same sport, MLS is like, how can we funnel more money into Lionel Messi's pockets so that we could sell these Apple Plus subscriptions? Like, I don't like that I've been paying the salary of a rival player for the last 2 seasons.
That's facts.
But that's not the discussion. But yeah, NWSL, they just love to shoot themselves in the foot, which is a shame because they should be the best women's soccer league in the world. I don't think they are right now, but they should be. And they have a golden opportunity in about 2 years' time to take steps towards actually achieving that potential. And I doubt they're going to do it considering I just found out from you about the Trinity Rodman thing. I did not see that earlier.
Yeah.
But what I'm thinking about.
What are you thinking about? No, go for it.
Oh, in the summer of 2027, that is when MLS is switching to the European calendar, which means the only domestic soccer in the summertime will be the NWSL. And there's 2 things they need to take the fuck advantage of with that. Number one, and this is maybe it's just a personal thing. I know Kansas City doesn't have this issue because they have their own stadium. But as a season ticket holder at Angel City, it sucks having so many games on Friday nights, Sunday nights, because LAFC is in there on Saturdays. So take advantage of the MLS clubs being off. Schedule your games better.
Yeah.
And also some of the other clubs that I know Chicago, there's always been issues with where they're playing. If you could take advantage of the Fire not being somewhere and have a big game and sell more tickets, get more money into the league, do that. I know in the past, DC and Gotham have both played games at Subaru Park when the Union's not there in Philadelphia, because there's no women's team in Philly. Play more games in bigger venues than where you're currently playing. Like that kind of thing. There's more flexibility there with the MLS silent in the summer.
I like that.
Yeah.
Honestly,
the other side of that coin.
They need to make as much money as possible because obviously they're claiming they're broke. We do know that there are just specific clubs who don't want to feel forced to pay. And I know people are worried about, because I'm just like, bro, like open up this. Why do we have a salary cap? And I know the fear is it could ruin the league. But with accounting, with like, do you just not have good business people who wouldn't be smart with their money? Like you're having a salary cap to protect these people from being dumb. Just because there's not a salary cap, it doesn't mean that you have to go and spend all that money. If Houston Dash doesn't want to spend money, if Chicago Stars don't want to spend money, then they'll struggle. They're struggling already. Like they're not winning already. So what would opening up the salary cap do, in my opinion?
I think it's worth a shot. I mean, when I'd rather have no salary cap and have these millionaire businessmen, billionaire businessmen, put their money at risk for the club and the community than getting hit with another, 3-point penalty for breaching the salary cap because we offered players childcare. Like, that's why Angel City got penalized last year. So what makes your league look worse? Penalizing moms or trying to bring in the best players?
That's another shirt that they need to be making and wearing instead of pay the players. It's just like the league penalizes moms, league hates moms, and there are so many great conversations that are happening, in behind the scenes with people that I know who very much love the NWSL and make it their lives covering it. And honestly, they're just Jessica Berman got the extension. Like, shout out to Kate's thing about how she needs to share her salary because I'm sure she's making $1 million a year. I'm sure she's at least making $1 million a year.
And not one person is tuning in to watch her.
Like, honestly, she's probably ruining the viewership. Like, I have legitimately turned it off when she has popped up on. It's like, I'll just turn it back on in like 30 seconds. I'll just check what's channel, what's going on another channel real quick and go back.
Commissioners need to be stopped, just in general. Tired of them.
1,000%. And then what was your other point that you were making before I cut you off, friend?
The other point is, again, if MLS is taking the summer off and NWSL is not, now of course they could just announce tomorrow that they're going to do the same thing.
Joining them,
moot. But why does the top women's league in this country use second-tier referees? We get the pro rel category, or not pro rel, pro ref category 2 refs. We get part-timers. We get college kids. We get like scrubs, right? If the MLS refs have the summer off, no, they don't. Get out here. You're doing Stars Pride today. You're doing, there's fewer teams in the league, so it's not going to be as crazy travel-wise for them where there's 30 whatever in MLS. Elevate the level of refereeing on the field. Now, I know they're not the best refs in the world. They're still kind of shit, but they're not nearly as bad as the second-tier refs we have now. So bring up the level of refereeing, then the level of play can get better. The product gets better. And then, hey, business people at the top, you make some more money because people want to watch your product. This isn't like big box retail business where you can make cuts all over the place and no one would notice. This is, for all intents and purposes, entertainment at this point in time. You need to make sure the product is something people want to watch, and then people will tune in, and that's where you make your money.
Honestly, you're making a lot of sense, Billy. I don't know if you know this. You're making so much sense. And actually, I believe it's in 2027, or maybe it's for the 2028 season. That's when the next broadcasting deal comes as well. So, it's actually a really good chance for them to make a lot of money if they hold on to the fact that they are the only league playing in the summer. You would think that you should be able to make and at least get another $1 million or $2 million for something like that.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. Just being your only competition is Major League Baseball. You take advantage of that. That's what MLS tried to do. That's why they're on the summer calendar to begin with, was less competition from football.
Yeah, football. Yeah, and that's never going to happen. Obviously, the league needs to listen a little bit more to the teams because we don't need another like Kansas City current situation where everybody is just waiting for 6 hours in the heat for a game to start because Berman doesn't want to cancel it, even though people were talking to Berman months before that game to be like, hey, maybe we should change the day for this because it's usually very hot in Kansas City in the summer. I don't know if you know this, but we do.
I've heard stories.
Yeah. It's very unfortunate, and obviously, if you figure out you get rid of the salary cap or at least bump it up, that does help teams like Angel City who have Disney money, and hopefully
Yeah.
they will spend it instead of just trying to have like cool merch and Tamagotchis and stuff like that, which I low key still want one of those Angel City Tamagotchis.
I'll get you one.
Like I will gladly waste way too much time on something like that.
Oh yeah.
Let's go. Can you take over the MLS NWSL? Like honestly, just do both. Just join in on them.
I've sent my resume. They keep sending it back.
Hey, fifth time's the charm, or so they say.
They're like, I'm sorry, you're not already the CEO of an unrelated company and have $5 billion to spend? No, thank you.
Right.
We don't want you here.
And it is unfortunate because, yeah, the NWSL, they want to be NFL. They want to be these other giant leagues when they play a world sport, which the NFL and all those things are trying to get that way. And I wish people would understand that about the MLS, about NWSL, that if they focus the right way, it could easily become a more popular sport. Like we have the World Cup coming this summer, and
yeah, next year the draw is tomorrow.
Man,
that's right. Oh shit! Here in DC, Kennedy Center. Sadly,
it looks. I don't know if anybody has seen like the presenters and all of those things. The lineup for this looks insane. It looks absolutely insane.
Yeah. Well, last time we got a World Cup, we built the MLS off its back. That was a direct response to the 94 World Cup. So hopefully it boosts the sport in this country because something needs to, at least on the domestic level.
Well, unfortunately, not like, not to get too political because we can just go in like a giant spiral about it. But Infantino and Trump's little love relationship that they're having is really making things weird.
Yeah. I was excited. The US's first and third games are at SoFi. And I was absolutely going to go until Infantino got his fingers into pricing, and now
it's insane.
The Führer is doing his shit, and
it changed the whole model, like compared to what they did in Qatar, and like it's unfair. And that's what like when Donnie was saying in New York is like, hey, like this isn't what you all did before. You usually do like a hometown discount, basically. Like you try to get people in it from the city, and you're just like, nah, let's just run it up and dynamic pricing and all these things. And it's just like it takes away from the spirit of it. And honestly, I was so excited. I mean, I'll probably still end up at watch parties and stuff, right? But when you have who is representing the country at this time, it's like it sucks. Like it changes the whole thing. Like you got the Haitian team making it, and Haitians can't come. And it's the same for other countries in the Middle East, I think. Like, so it's just like in parts of Africa. So it's ridiculous, man. Truly ruining the best event in the world.
Yeah. So the FIFA World Cup draw, the hosts are, I needed to pull this up. The hosts are Kevin Hart, Heidi Klum, and Danny Ramirez. This is how I know I'm washed up. I don't know who Danny Ramirez is. Like, I have no idea who this person is.
No clue.
He is an American actor. He is Falcon in Captain America Brave New World. Okay.
Oh, okay. Okay, so he's big amongst the children.
Yeah, Top Gun, Maverick, The Last of Us. And well, that's what I assumed. He's for the youths.
Yeah.
I'm still looking at this. I mean, he's done a lot, not anything that I've watched. So that's unfortunate. Okay, so there's that. And then there's live performances from Andrea Bocelli, which, I mean, absolute legend. I get that.
Yeah.
Nicole Scherzinger, which that... Oh. Nicole Scherzinger. Does she have her? I mean, I'm sure she has her own music. I also found out that she's like a big MAGA person. That's a thing. And then Robbie Williams, absolute legend. I completely understand. That's why they brought him on there.
Yeah. I just don't want this World Cup to end with old Lumpy on the stage holding the trophy again, like the Club World Cup.
Oh, I'm sure
It wouldn't surprise me. I mean, didn't the other World Cup that Messi won end up with somebody from that country down there with? Oh no, that was Messi.
They put the robe on him.
They wore the garb. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
Okay, so that did happen.
And the Village People will be performing YMCA.
Everybody has a price. Everyone has a price.
Yeah.
I would assume Village People's
It's
isn't
America.
as expensive as you would guess, respectfully. But why?
I'm just saying because in theory that song is supposed to be for a group of people who Republicans
That's
hate. But again, everybody has a price. People have bills.
People have bills, and the money is getting harder and harder to get. Yeah, that and the draw's like in the middle of the day, isn't it? It starts at like noon, I think.
It's 5, I think. I think it's 5. I thought. Oh,
no, 12. Yeah,
Oh,
12 o'clock Eastern time.
Oh, okay.
Oh, God.
Oh, 5 in England. That's what I saw. Yeah. 5 over there. Yeah.
Wow.
All right,
Yikes.
so I'll know when I get to work.
Yeah. For you. Yeah. West Coast. Okay.
Well, I will be watching it and live tweeting, live posting about it. Actually, I don't think we're going to be able to have Deepti join us because her technical difficulties. So we'll keep it going. I want to hear this. 5 things you would rather do than rewatch City versus Leeds or City versus Fulham. Because honestly, fair.
All right, so 6 points is 6 points. I will take 6 points no matter how they come. But that fucking sucked. Especially that Fulham game. Sucked to watch. So here's my top 5 list of things I would rather do than rewatch either of the last 2 City wins. Number 5, have Pep Guardiola critique my fitness and physique.
That's good. You would feel terrible, and it still wouldn't be worse than Leeds and Fulham.
Yes.
Yeah.
Number 4, stand in net for Haaland's penalty training.
Ooh,
That's fair.
Number 3, eat only the worst of footy scran for a month.
oh God, that sounds horrible.
That does sound horrible. I've seen some like horrid things.
Number 2, share my hypothetical Spotify Wrapped from when I was 15.
Ooh, Billy, what year was that? Give us a heads up. What year was that?
It would have been 2005.
Ooh,
And I was only allowed to listen to Christian rock at the time.
that's the rap we need.
That is okay. So just give us a little taste then. Who was your favorite Christian band at that time?
All right, my all-time favorite band, still to this day, is a ska band called 5 Iron Frenzy.
Okay.
I was big into Reliant K, Switchfoot, and Skillet.
Mm.
And only one of them I'm ashamed of now. Switchfoot's still pretty good.
See, and that's one of those situations where it's actually a surprising amount of like supposedly the Killers were like a Christian group.
See,
Really?
I've heard that. They weren't in my house. They were called Killers. That's a sin.
That's fair. That is fair. And that was like the edgiest thing about them. And so, wow, that's wild. Yeah. Now I'm gonna have to think about what is my top 5. And then okay, so Mentality Muppets. Let's quickly go through.
I still have number one.
Oh yeah, number one. There's one more.
Sorry.
It's all right. It's all right. Number one thing I would rather do instead of rewatching City Leeds or City Fulham is come out of the closet to my evangelical parents.
Oh.
That's how bad those two games felt.
Wow. I was not ready for that.
I wasn't either.
There's nothing that could have prepared me for them. Like, it's as crunk as his life together. I thought the matches were hard. I didn't know it took you to that place, you know?
Yesterday at work was a struggle watching that game.
Oh, I can imagine, yeah, being at work.
Throwing shit in my office.
Oh, 1,000%. 1,000%. Yeah, I was happy I was off by then, so I could just scream at a camera. You know, it wasn't much better, but at least I had the camera to scream at.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, please. Well, first off, before we get you out of here, quick score predictions. City Men, they play Sunderland this weekend. What are you seeing for that?
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, I'm seeing more of the same. It's going to be a real puckered butthole 3-2 win for City.
Oh, that's
hey, again, at least they win. So that's
I'll
nice.
take it 3-2. Hey, exciting. They called us boring City. Remember that? He's called us boring. Not no more.
I liked boring. Boring didn't take years off my life.
Yeah, I was very okay with boring.
I'm embracing the chaos now. I'm embracing December's chaos. You know, it's just 26 more days of chaos. So, yeah. Oh, Billy, before you go,
yeah,
because you won't be on before then, do you think we get a win at Real Madrid next week, Champions League?
Oh shit! No, I don't think we do. I think we get a draw. I think it's like a 1-1 kind of really tight draw. I don't think we edge out the win just because it's an away game in our recent form. I don't see it happening.
All right. See, that's why I love Billy. He's real. He's honest. We're all hopeful for the win, but if you got to think about it, it's going to be tough. You know,
I would be so happy to eat my words if we win 4-0, but
yeah.
Oh, I would be very proud, happy to be proven wrong, but that is very fair. It's just best to not expect anything, so that way when it doesn't happen, you're not like super heartbroken. And then City Women, they play Leicester City. How do you feel about that? What are you thinking about that?
Comfortable. 2-0, 3-0.
I love it.
Another day at the office for the ladies. They've got them.
I love it.
Please don't make me eat those words, ladies.
They won't. They won't. The number 18 and 28 player will take care of us. Okay. That's all I'm gonna say. Bunny's number 18, Yui's number 28 forever now. That's it.
The Guardian. That's what I expect from a country that banned women's football until the 80s. Just the shittiest takes.
Yeah.
That's real. That's real. Well,
great point.
Please plug yourself. Let people know where they can find you and the things that you do.
All right. You can find me on Blue Sky and nowhere else at Mr. Billy Beck. That's also where you can find the podcasts that I do at Soon Major Pod. One of my podcasts, we cover movies that are based on books. My wife reads the book, I watch the movie, and then we discuss. The next episode that we're recording in 20 minutes is on Die Hard. Happy holidays.
Ooh.
And my other show is called
Die Hard
Treatment.
a Christmas movie?
It absolutely is a Christmas movie. Or wait, no, sorry. Cut that. Listen to the podcast next week to find out.
Okay.
I love it.
My other show is called The Treatment, a podcast about stories. It's a newer one that we do with my college best friend. And in this show, we spin a circle of stories, and whatever fairy tale, nursery rhyme, myth it lands on, we have to pitch a feature-length film adaptation of that story. Oh. Our episode that dropped today is A Christmas Carol. So check that out wherever you get podcasts.
Love that. I'm so shocked that hasn't been remade, truly and honestly. I mean, I guess I'm happy.
Oh, we did it good.
So there you go. Check them out and give them the bag so they can correctly remake a movie, because I feel like every remake is horrendous.
If MLS keeps turning me away, then Hollywood has to accept me, right?
Hey,
Yeah.
you got to get a victory eventually, right? Appreciate you, brother. Have a good rest of your evening.
Thanks, man. Love you guys.
Thanks, Billy. See you
See
soon.
you, brother. All right. Oh no! I accidentally sent Sharpie away. What did I do? Technology. He'll join back in a second. But first, we'll join. My bad, Sharpie. You'll have to join back. Do. We are welcoming on our next guest. Shout out Liga Emeki. Good friend. He's just a delightful human being. Always brings the best energy. Shady gang. Give it up for Eugene. What's up?
Hey, that is quite the introduction.
Well, you are an amazing human being. So, no lies were told. No lies were told.
Thank you.
How are you? How you been?
I've been all right, man. I'm just, trying to stay warm out here. How about you?
Same. It is legitimately negative 5 degrees right now outside.
Oh my God. That sounds terrible.
It's not great.
I almost spit up my beer. -5 is wild.
It's not.
Then
great.
you just get like trounced in snow too.
Yeah, we got like 14 inches of snow. Yep.
The good old Midwest. God bless you.
What? Oh my God, 14 inches. No, we're supposed to get like half an inch, maybe an inch tomorrow morning, and it's not even probably going to stick around for all that long here. So
jealous.
Kind of thankful for that, man. Yeah, Midwest winters are just different.
Eugene, where are you in the States?
I'm in Delaware, so I'm about half an hour, 45 minutes south of Philadelphia.
Gotcha. I'm over in I'm in the DMV, so I'm in Alexandria, DC area. Yo, like the snow tomorrow. My roommate, she's a teacher in Alexandria. They got a 2-hour delay. DC's like, good luck. Get to work. We genuinely don't care. Nothing comes up. No communication. Just we'll see you tomorrow. Like, be here on time. All right.
Yeah, like the Philly stations are all like, oh, there's not going to be much in the city. And I'm looking at where I live. I'm going, yeah, there's not going to be much there, but we're going to get something. So, we'll see. You know how, anybody who lives in these sorts of climates, you know that it's either it's going to come or it's not. You kind of just deal with it, right? So.
Hey, that's hilarious. Waited the time to send hate from the Bay and send
hate from the Bay
and send love to my guy Eugene. That's hilarious.
Oh, Trev, my guy.
He's
I wonder, like Trev, is he happier about Arsenal men or sadder?
So long, man. Like how, like it's been what, probably about a year now or something like that. I mean, that we've like sat down and just chewed the fat.
Nice and chewy. Gotta love that. It's okay. So
I couldn't think of a better euphemism.
No, I mean it's
works.
Very accurate. Yeah, it's very accurate. Liga MX's Femenil, it finished a month ago. My team FC Juarez, they got 8th. I've watched a couple of games. I'm one of their like Facebook super fans. So like that's a proud thing because I like
love it.
Like their posts and comments and stuff like that. So it's been fun. I'm learning more. I still don't really know what's going on, and it turns out my lack of Spanish makes it a little difficult for me to kind of like figure out like consistent names and situations like that. But I'm getting better. I've been enjoying it, and also it's so hard to watch their games. It's so difficult.
You have to remember that it's all based upon who the home team is.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and that tells you what channel it's going to be on, if it's going to be on, right? So like Juarez games, I think those are all on. Are they on VIX? Like, see, now I'm getting confused.
Yeah,
I
a
think
lot
they're
of
all
a
on
lot is on
Beeks, but if
Vicks.
they're
Yeah.
playing like away at like Toluca, well, that's going to be on Vix. But if they're playing away at Chivas, that's going to be on like the Telemundo. But if they're playing at like somebody like Santos or something, you may not get a game. You may not get a feed or something. You have to look online to find that. It is always an adventure, and it's always an adventure trying to keep up with it from like season to season because it changes. You know, who gets the rights and stuff. But I don't know. It's one of those things that you kind of like just go, it's the way it is, right? It's just the way it is, and you know, don't give up on it with the Spanish part. The thing that I can suggest for non-speakers is learn the names, like who your team. That's going to help out immensely, and then just learn some basic phrases like pelota is the ball, you know, like those sorts of real basic things. The rest of it, I mean, it falls into place, right?
Oh, it's definitely not going to slow me down. Like I'm in. Honestly, it's fun. I don't know what they're saying, but the commentary is usually very entertaining. It's usually very entertaining. So that's really what helps it. And yeah, so like I was, when you helped me pick them, I wasn't expecting them to do so well, and they had some like really solid wins. I thought that NWSL had physicality. Some of these tackles that they get away with in that league, like it's just like aggressive is a nice way to put it. Like they're insane tackles.
Yeah, I mean, so the end of the physicality is different, right? Like the physicality in NWSL is like more of a constant like strength versus strength kind of, just button heads constantly kind of thing. Whereas in Liga MX Femenil, they're not butting heads or kind of throwing elbows, right? It's a little bit more violent, a little bit more, but it's not as sustained. Like you don't get the same level of like physicality that you do. It's like different, right? Like this past season, I started watching a lot of NWSL, and when you watch like a little bit of one league and a lot of the other, you're like, oh, like I can see, but then when you like flip it around, it becomes even more apparent. And then I was picking up on things that like I didn't really pick up on before, which I thought was really interesting. Like it was cool seeing some of the players that had come into the league and from Mexico, like Rebe Bernal with the Spirit, Jackie Ovalle in Orlando, who did some things very well, but there was also kind of a steep learning curve for them on some things, right? So it's cool to watch that, and I hope we see more of that, because the leagues really are great places for players and can give players who may not fit in one league the opportunity to get into a place where they fit better.
Well, naturally, I don't ever want to take any players from Liga MX, but are there any other players that you feel could maybe do well in the NWSL, or maybe there's a NWSL player that you wouldn't mind seeing in Mexico?
Ooh, I mean, I have a kind of a running bit about Trinity Rodman with the NWSL.
Everybody.
With the not gonna pay her, might not pay her, like just kind of like, well, there's no salary cap in Mexico, like I mean, in a perfect world, I would love to see what somebody of her like caliber would do, just kind of plopped on a team there. How much would she improve a kind of mid-table or even just kind of like a higher end team, but the one that can't quite seem to get over the hump? That would be really kind of interesting. I also, thinking of Mexican players, I think there's a lot of like younger players that I would love to see at least get like a look. Like I'm thinking of somebody like Alice Soto, just some of these young players that are kind of up and coming, to see like, okay, like they've been kind of their skills have been honed to a degree with Liga MX Femenil. Like now let's take them and put them in this other environment that's going to make them work harder on some other things, right? and see how that would like affect their development.
Where is the next Women's World Cup at? Women's World Cup. I can't remember.
Ooh, put me on the spot.
It's in Brazil.
Isn't it Brazil?
Yeah,
I was asked
Brazil.
about this today.
Oh, that's gonna be crazy.
Is
Ooh.
it? I
think
might
it is
be
Brazil. I
wrong.
think
on that.
South
I think I
America,
was
yeah.
asked that earlier today. And I thought
Brazil.
I think I remember saying I thought it was in Brazil.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 places, 8 venue, 8 host cities in all of it. Yeah, that's gonna be crazy. So when
It's
do
going to
you
be
root for-
expanded too, right?
do you-
They're having what
yeah.
32 teams this time around,
is
Finally, thank
So do
God.
you-
right?
Like,
do you, yeah 32 correct. Who will do you root for? US or do you root for Mexico? Like what country do you like root for when it comes to like national football? Or are you just there for the vibes?
I tried really not to get into international football, to be perfectly honest. Like I don't like the politics of it. I try and just
That's fair. That's very
I
fair.
see a lot of ugliness when it comes to that. I will say that I do enjoy when countries from our area do well, right? U.S., Canada, Mexico. We're
Shout
all
out CONCACAF.
we're all friends here, right? Like,
Yeah.
I enjoy when they do well. I think U.S. is always going to be a favorite, at least for the foreseeable future. I think Canada is always one that can kind of mix it up, and I think Mexico. I've been waiting for the other. I've been waiting for them to finally put it all together for about 5 years now, and it still hasn't fully coalesced. I'm still very hopeful that they will get it together by 2027. They've been doing the right things, kind of like they were doing in the run up to the 2023 World Cup, but they fell short, right? They just kind of imploded there at the end. I think the good thing with this is that there are more slots available, and they should definitely, if CONCACAF is getting 4 or 5 slots, they should definitely be one of the 4 or 5 that make it in.
Going back to the trend conversation and her going to Mexico, like, is it just like there would only be like 2 clubs where she would be able to go to that would be willing to spend the money? Where would you think that she would be the best at, even if it isn't about money? Like, where do you think she would? What club would she be able to help the most? I guess is what I'm trying to phrase it as.
Gotcha. And I want to say this, like, I don't have any insight. Like, this is basically me like talking shit, right? Like I
Of course.
I don't see this happening. I have no knowledge. I don't know anything about this. I'm just trying to be an agitator, I guess. But realistically speaking, the clubs that she would have a shot of going to, the clubs that would basically be able to afford her salary: Tigres, Rayadas, America, possibly Toluca. Toluca's done some really big splashy signings. I mean, they pulled in Amandine Henry, they pulled in Michaela Abam. So they will spend the money if needed. Pachuca's another one, that could definitely bring in a player like that. But I think beyond those teams, you're not really looking at that. Chivas, they have the money, but obviously they only sign Mexican players, so that's out, right? The next level of teams of like Pumas, Juarez, like that just doesn't seem like something that they would do. Like not that they're opposed to spending any money, but that seems like a bridge too far, just like a too big of a leap for them to undertake, right? And then you've got teams at the lower end that just they're really not going to do that. As far as the teams, I think she could help the most. Honestly, any team. I mean, she's one of the best players on the planet, if not the best player on the planet. What team couldn't she help? I don't think there's a team in the world she wouldn't start for and help out immediately. So that's where I kind of, if I'm doing my thought exercise, I would like to see her go to somebody like Toluca, who hasn't quite ever gotten over the hump, that isn't afraid to spend and really has some really good players in place. But again, I don't think this is going to happen. I don't think this would ever. I'm not a betting person. I sure as hell wouldn't put any money on that happening. So.
I just love adding into the chaos. That's all it is. Like I know Sharpie has gotten used. He just got to experience Washington Spirit, and got her on the kit, I believe. So like he probably wants her there as long as possible.
So I will say this: my number one op in the world right now is Jessica Berman. I think she is the worst woman alive, and there are a lot of terrible people in this world, but Jessica Berman right now today is my number one, based on the reports that came out that she said no because this contract would violate the spirit of the league, blah, blah, bullshit. How do you think about letting go of a player in her prime who wants to stay here? Clearly, because if she didn't want to stay here, this wouldn't be happening, right? She would be gone. But clearly she wants to be in America. She wants to play for her club. She loves DC. She's made it to 2 finals. She wants to win. Like, what are you doing? It's illogical. It makes no sense. Like this, it's so frustrating. And like, because when you're in Roddy Audi for the semifinal, and you just feel it. That was my first match ever in person for a women's soccer match, like for Spirits. And I'm like, yo, this is crazy. Why would you want to change that or let that go? Like, figure it out. Like, if Messi can get whatever he can from the MLS, make Trinity get the same deal. Who cares? Like, nobody's gonna be that upset. So yeah, it's annoying. Sorry.
No. I mean. For me, like, I hate, as a fan of an MLS club that never seems to catch a break, right? Like, I'm a Philadelphia Union fan, and they don't get the breaks, right? They don't get the break that Seattle got when the league signed Dempsey for them, or like fudged the numbers so they could sign Jordan Morris, right? They don't get the breaks that the league gave to Messi so he could join Miami, right? They don't get that kind of stuff, and it really makes me upset every time that happens. I'm like, yeah, that's literally never going to happen to my team, but like, on the other hand, like, I do kind of get it. Like, you need to do something novel to attract or retain world-class talent, and especially somebody who, like Rodman, who has come up through NWSL, who has, really made a name for herself on the world stage in the NWSL. Like, you got to do something to keep her around, right? I mean, I cannot fathom letting her simply walk away for free, just because they can't figure out a way to make this happen.
That's the craziest thing. It's just like letting a player go for free. Like worst case, just let Spirit do the deal for 1 year and see how it goes. Does it bankrupt the club? Okay, well then let's do another year maybe and go from there. But yeah, to let her go to, I'm just gonna keep saying it, Liga MXs, but chances are then Michelle Kang has come out, even though she's already like brought a player to London City Lioness, but she came out and said that I won't ever like take a player from one team and put it to another one of my teams. And I know she just said that to make fan bases feel a little bit more calm, because people were upset about her trying to like buy the game and things like that. But I think she would much rather have her at London City Lioness than let her go to like Chelsea or Arsenal or something like that, or Manchester City. You would look fantastic in sky blue, Trent. You would look absolutely amazing in sky blue.
Phenomenal.
I think as much as Michelle Kang does not want to get in the business of like doing that, I wouldn't blame her if she did. If she kind of said, "Well, we had no other choice." Like, what would any rational person do with this in this situation? It's not, it's not great. It's not, the optics of that aren't great, but the optics of letting her simply walk away and getting nothing in return are a lot worse. I really liked the move that she did to try the novel approach to with the salary structure and all that kind of stuff that didn't violate the CBA or the rules, and really putting that back on the league to, kind of make them put up or shut up. This is going to be interesting to see how it all plays out. Like, this is, I don't know, like, I enjoy the kind of nuances of like the deal making and getting players signed and that sort of stuff. Like, I enjoy like the intrigue of it, right? It has no bearing on me, so it's kind of fun to watch with a detached sense of intrigue, I guess.
And how so a lot of NWSL teams played Liga MX teams, and I feel like that's gonna happen more and more. Like, and then a lot of the conversation always is, what's the better league, NWSL or WSL? Like, should Liga MX Femenil be in that conversation? If they can't be in it now, like, how close are they to being in that conversation?
It's always going to be a barroom conversation, right? There's always going to be great arguments for which league is the best and which should be in the top 3, 5, 10. I would say, I think I would be confident saying that they're probably in the top 10. Probably not in the top 5, but top 10. And my argument for that would be that the teams that are good are very good, right? The top 5, 6, 7 teams in the league are very, very good. Once you get past that, it gets a little soft, right? And I think when you're talking about leagues, you have to talk about them top to bottom. You can't just, when you're talking about Liga FA in Spain, you can't just talk about Barcelona. You have to talk about everybody in the league. And some of those teams aren't very good. I think NWSL, for my money, and of course I'm biased because, I'm here in the US and I watch the games, and, that's my point of reference. But I think that is top to bottom the best league in the world. There are no weak teams. I think even the teams that finished toward the bottom of the table, Utah, Chicago, those teams, could still put up a good fight against any team in the world. And I can't say the same of, Querétaro or Santos or somebody like that in Liga MX Femenil. Maybe one day, who knows? But today, that's not the day. So, NWSL I think is strongest. WSL is up there, obviously. Like Liga FA is somewhere in the top. I think Canada's Northern Super League has a lot of potential. I think they got off to a great start, and would like to see that kind of continue to grow. But once you get past that, Japan's got a very, very good league as well. But then it's like kind of squishy because we don't get to see a whole lot of, games from other countries. Like, France, you can see some teams doing well. Germany, same thing. But yeah, I don't know. Like, I think one of the good things about the era that we're living in right now is that we're getting to see so much more women's football from all corners of the globe. Okay. And we're seeing a real surge in popularity and resources being put into it. There's a lot of good stuff happening at some of these leagues where they had teams that were kind of neglected, right? We're seeing a lot of good stuff happening in South America, right? With the Copa Libertadores Femenino and the teams in Brazil that are coming out and looking like they could, given a club competition, really put a scare into some clubs from Europe and from the US, right? So, I think that these are very interesting times, and I love seeing that. And I think we're always going to have that conversation: which league is the best, who's the best team, this and that. But I'm just so happy to see a lot of leagues upping their game and in such a short amount of time.
I love that. I love that. Trev put in the comments that's the same issue with WSL. Top 4 really great, but the rest aren't great. Summarizing top to bottom in WSL is best. And I mean, I'm looking up the global football rankings.com. I don't know like how serious this is, but yeah, NWSL is first, WSL is second, Liga F, then the French League, Italian League, German League, the Damallsvenskan, I always butcher that, and then the Norwegian League, Top Syrian, WSL2, Brasileira, and then they have Liga MX Femenil in 11th.
I'm not going to get too much in. I don't know about the WSL2 being that high, considering all that we know about the problems with professionalism that they have.
Yeah,
there.
They just got it.
But I think, I mean, that aside from that, that's a fair list, right? Like there are leagues that are further on the path, and then there are leagues that are playing catch up. Liga MX hasn't hit its 10th anniversary yet. What they've been able to build since it was an idea back in 2016 and then first put into practice in 2017 has been nothing short of remarkable. To be in this conversation in that amount of time is wild.
Yeah.
Considering they didn't have the foundation like they do in England, they didn't, or here, even here in the States, right? Like, yeah, like WPS folded, UPSL, I think it was, folded, but there was that foundation there. You had some of these teams that were iterations of other teams from back in the day. Mexico really didn't have that. I mean, they had some like semi-pro teams. Like I think Chivas had a team, but it was really nothing. It wasn't anything very professional. You know what I mean? So I think a lesson that other countries can take from that specifically is, if you build it and are serious and kind of force some hands to be serious, you can spring up a good league and not a whole lot of time.
Yeah, I wasn't aware that they're not even 10 years old. That's amazing. It's I like we all will be very.
The institutions are well over 10 years. I mean, America,
Yes.
Chivas, or America and Toluca have been around for like 110 years or something like that. But the women's specifically has only been around for less than 10 years.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Yes.
So
sorry, I should have said feminine at the end. Yes. Well, what are you up to now that it's the off season? You just hanging out, spending time with the family? 'Tis the season, right?
Yeah, I mean, soccer never sleeps. I don't really either. It is nice having a bit of a lull and a breather, and just kind of, like you said, spending time with the family. Like, I don't have to worry about like what games are on, what's coming on. Trying to keep up with a lot of the transfers that are happening around the world. That's always fun and interesting. But yeah, like just really trying to decompress, really.
That's real. Well, please plug yourself. Let people know where they can find.
WSL. Are they on break yet or not yet?
Technically 3 more weeks. It's 2 weeks of league, and then they have a league cup, and then it's on a break for a month.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's coming, and I hate it, but also I understand.
I wish there were more games. I wish the league was the size of the NWSL, so you just had more matches. It'd be great. But yeah, like the breaks kill me because I'm like, oh wait, we do have a women's team that I care about. Oh, I haven't seen you play in 3 weeks. We play 2 matches and go away. It's like, oh, I do love you, Bunny Shaw. Come play more games.
Yes, I would love to see it. Yeah, it's very frustrating. Well, please plug yourself. Let people know where they can find you and the things that you do.
Yeah, I don't really do a whole lot anymore. Like I don't really write, so I guess I'm not a writer anymore. I'm online on Blue Sky, Golazo del Gringo sometimes, but I don't know. I've been really kind of laying low and yeah, just I'm watching a lot of soccer, of course, but just kind of slowing down in my old age, I guess.
That sounds so healthy, Eugene. That's the type of life I aspire to. I just want to be healthy and like just lay low and like I love that. Like I truly want that in my life.
That's real.
It's
Facts.
it's kind of boring. I think I do want to start figuring out more like what I want to be when I grow up, I guess in that regard. But
That's real.
it's
Never
been
too late.
it's been nice, at least for the last little bit, just having some breathing space.
You deserve. You
Yeah.
deserve.
Thank
Well,
you.
Anytime you want to come on, especially when is exactly, so how long will Liga MX Femenil be down? Like when does it start up? When does the season begin?
I don't
Yeah.
know that they've released the schedule for next season quite yet, but they usually start the first week of January.
Oh.
So I'm looking January the 1st. January the 1st is on a Thursday. I don't know that they would start on the 3rd. They might, or the 2nd. They might, but
That would be
more
a little
likely they
rough.
would probably start the week after. I'm gonna have to look. I'm gonna have to look into that because I like I said, I don't think they've released a schedule just yet. But
No, that's fair.
they don't wait around during the winter. The summer break is a
Mm.
longer one, but the winter break
Okay.
Makes sense.
is pretty short. They played their final on the 23rd, and they're going to be ready to go here in a couple weeks.
Okay. Well, we're just gonna have to have you on for some episodes of chopping it up to keep we need like a Liga MX Femenil correspondent, so we can just have you do that, keep you busy that way.
I would be honored. I would be honored.
I love it. Well, friend, you have a good rest of your evening.
Yeah, thank you for having me on, and thanks for everybody for watching.
Thanks so much, Eugene.
Of course.
Take
Yes.
care.
Yep. See ya.
Bye, guys.
Super excited about next week. We got Saul coming through, and Deepti wasn't able to consistently get on stupid technical difficulties, but the 12 will still be represented. Arsenal will still be represented. We have Treb coming through, and him bringing his original patented type of chaotic activity.
for AR.
So yeah, it's always gonna be a good time. And one of the best people that we can bring on to talk about the MLS final, Alex Winley coming through. They cover Inter Miami, so it'll be fantastic to chat with them. And depending on, hey, if they win or lose, either way, I think we'll be entertained. So we have a great show for you next week, and then one more show after that, and then we're taking a little like winter break.
Yes. Need that.
Yes,
Need
sir.
that.
Yes, sir.
Holiday season.
Holiday season. We have our Sunderland match preview that drops at midnight. It actually should be already available for Patreon.
It's out on Patreon.
Yeah, it's out on Patreon. The 10-minute teaser will be out at midnight for YouTube and stuff like that. But check out for $10 or 10 cents a day, you can help out the Patreon. Or 20 cents a day, you can subscribe to our top tier and get all of our amazing content. Just 20 cents a day, and you can help Shades of Blue continue to grow. And then I have the episode with Jack Gone that will be out on Saturday night. Truly an amazing conversation. Got right into the things. It was recorded at like 9:30 at his time, so I got some like honesty out of him. I hope he doesn't get in trouble. I love it. Sharpie Charlie, I appreciate you, brother. We will see everybody very soon. Until next time, you know the vibes. Shady gang, shady gang, shady gang.